Today we are going to look at videos on frequency. Frequency is mind-blowing. It is connected to our emotions. It's connected to our ability to manifest. It is connected to our health. And so let's get into it.
Guess what hydrogen sounds like? It's a key of E, and it's a color yellow. That's what proper physics gets you to. Oxygen is a chartreuse, and it's the key of F over F sharp. Now, they used to, like I said, information used to be thought about as just electrical information passing on. But I got a question for you. Have you ever been at a party with some of your friends you ain't seen in 10 years, but y'all was like 14, you hung out, and there's a song that came on, and you was like, ah, and everybody got up and was live at that moment. Now, say 10 years later, you got a friend with you. He's a good guy, but he wasn't there when me and my boys formed this. So when that song comes on, our DNA tightens. There's a particular song, a scale in the genome for each and every one of us. Now, when that song is played, when your particular prime resonant frequency is played, guess what happens? Your DNA celebrates and tightens. Everything else gets pushed out. Harmonic wave resequencing. The carbon is also the key of E and yellow. The nitrogen is G. And all these play a song. So say that the F over F sharps of the oxygen, the green, is only hitting at an F. Why? Because there's another frequency coming in from a generator over there. That's changing and causing it to change. The F hits the carbon, so instead of hitting as an F sharp, it hits as an F, so when it hits the carbon at an E, it doesn't hit it quite right, so the domino don't file right. So the next domino hits wrong. And so now we have malformation happening within our DNA because the frequencies are being pushed off. But when we hear our tone, we tighten back up. So yeah, I'm in the process of building the harmonic wave resequencer with another doctor who has been able to successfully cure AIDS and cancer. And it's well underway. But I wanted you guys to understand how that works. It's so simple. You do not need to tear the human body apart when all you can do is use frequency to bring it back to its normal space. Guess what hydrogen sounds like?
I absolutely agree. I'm actually really in depth with sound healing and sound therapy. The vibrations and frequencies that we are exposed to absolutely affects our DNA. And I had no idea that Terrance Howard was so into this kind of stuff. I've actually seen a couple of videos of him of talking about frequency, talking about a lot of the metaphysical stuff. It really reminds me of Nikola Tesla.
Your view on consciousness and energy sounds very similar to what Dr. Robert Lanza proposes in biocentrism. So that may be of interest to you if you haven't read that text. But about 5 years ago, you spoke about harmonic wave sequencing and how that could...
Harmonic wave resequencing.
Resequencing, and how that could possibly solve cancer or genetic ailments within the next 5 years. I think that was about 5 years ago. So is there much progress on that? And how do you propose that this resequencing would actually recode people's genetics in order to prevent them from getting these ailments?
Simple. Our DNA is made up of what? 5 elements, right? Hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. Do you know how they're arranged? The phosphorus sits right here in the middle, and you've got 4 oxygen atoms surrounding it. Then there's another phosphorus, 2 more oxygen atoms. Now these are the legs of that double helix. These are the legs. Now the latter steps on it, they become the adenine, the guanine, the cytosine, and thymine, the ATCGs. It turns out hydrogen, they used to think that energy, the body transferred or understood the energy information through electricity. They're finding out it's through frequency. Well, guess what hydrogen sounds like? It's a key of E. Guess what? And it's the color yellow. That's what proper physics gets you to. Oxygen is a chartreuse, and it's the key of F over F sharp. Now, they used to, like I said, information used to be thought about as just electrical information passing on. I want you guys to know about a 6,000-year-old secret called the flower of life. This symbol was found in the Temple of Osiris, and it had been molecularly burned into the wall, saying whoever controlled that flower of life controlled the universe. Our DNA is made up of what? 5 elements, right? They used to think that the body transferred or understood the energy information through electricity. They're finding out it's through frequency. So yeah, I'm in the process of building the harmonic wave resequencer with another doctor who has been able to successfully cure AIDS and cancer. You do not need to tear the human body apart when all you can do is use frequency to bring it back to its normal space. In less than 500 million years, life will not be able to be sustained on this planet anymore. We have to become interstellar. And I might get shot about talking about this right now.
These cymatic plates show you sound in frequency and vibration visualized. You will find these beautiful cymatic patterns represented everywhere, but not just in nature, in the buildings of the old world. The past understood the technology of sound, the benefits of it with healing, the frequency and vibrations all too well. That is why the cathedrals represent them so clearly. These temples and cathedrals were places of sound healing. This is no coincidence from a people building these magnificent works with just supposed hammer and chisel. Cymatic architecture was at the backbone of all these old world structures, not just in the cathedrals, but the star forts as well. They understood how to tap into the natural frequency and vibrations and use them in so many benefits. They were one with this realm around us. To understand the true secrets of this realm, you must think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibrations. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
It puts a whole new meaning into we are all connected. I mean, from our DNA, the molecular level of our DNA, to the cathedrals, to the sound frequencies, it is all connected. And I truly wholeheartedly believe that we all have the power to heal ourselves from the inside out. And it's all about the content that we consume, the frequency that we're around. Controlling our frequency is the key, in my opinion.
Derrière moi, wow, la personne va se régénérer à une vitesse incroyable. Ah non, je rigole pas. Vous voyez autour de mon bras, oui, donc c'est déjà exactement. Vous voyez? Maintenant, je peux la mettre un petit peu. Regardez.
Basis of Reiki. Basis of chronic alignment. Basis of a lot of
complete sociopath and psychopath.
Terrance Howard has revealed the shocking reason behind his departure from Hollywood, and it is going to leave you stunned. Rumors are now swirling that both Jay-Z forced the man out after becoming extremely jealous of him. So you know we got to jump in and examine what's going on.
At the end of the day, we're going to find out it's not about the white hot space, but it's about finding the truth.
One pair that has long been the subject of controversy and conjecture is the dynamic power couple Jay-Z and Beyonce. Accusations of sacrificing others on their way to the top and being consumed by jealousy have swirled around them, lending an air of mystique to their already enigmatic personas.
I guess that conversation would definitely take ownership for my part in you know, the part I played.
Take, for instance, the alleged incident involving Blue Cantrell, which has become a notable part of the conspiracy theories surrounding Jay-Z. The claim suggests that Jay-Z got rid of Blue Cantrell, a talented singer in her own right, to further his own career ambitions. And then there's Terrance Howard, an actor known for his talent and occasional eccentricity. In a surprising turn of events, Howard declared his retirement from acting, citing a desire to pave the way for new talent and save the planet. Naturally, the public began speculating on the true motives behind his decision. Could it be that Jay-Z's rumored jealousy and propensity for removing potential rivals played a role in Howard's abrupt departure from Hollywood? While it's impossible to say for certain, the resurfaced clip of Beyonce giving Howard a lap dance has certainly added fuel to the speculative fire. In this intriguing snippet, Howard appears more frightened than thrilled, leading some to wonder if he is aware of Jay-Z's alleged nature and how it might have influenced his reaction.
Let me go. I wanna cater to my man. So much of me is
Terrance Howard had solidified his status as a true staple in Black Hollywood over the span of 3 decades. Throughout his illustrious career, he brought to life unforgettable characters such as Quentin Spivey in The Best Man, Cameron Thayer in Crash, DJ in Hustle and Flow, James Rhodes in Iron Man, and the iconic Lucius Lyon in Empire. Along this remarkable journey, the veteran actor not only earned high praise from critics, but also received top industry honors, including Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations. However, it was during the final season of Empire in 2019 that Howard first made a surprising retirement announcement, citing the extensive accomplishments on his impressive resume as the catalyst. While he didn't follow through with his decision at that time, 3 years later, he revisited the statement to assure his devoted fans that this time it was for real. As the excitement built for the premiere of Best Man: The Final Chapters on December 22nd, Howard seized the opportunity to share his stunning retirement announcement with E.T. during a promotional interview on the red carpet of the Peacock show's premiere event. Confidently and resolutely, the 54-year-old actor declared, "This is the end for me. This is the end for me." He later emphasized, "I retired 2 years ago for the most part. I was done." Despite taking on acting roles since his initial retirement announcement,
Complete sociopath and psychopath.
Terrance Howard has revealed the shocking reason behind his departure from Hollywood, and it is going
The most powerful frequency to leave the human body is the frequency of authenticity. So as I went down this spiritual rabbit hole, I said, well, where does this frequency come from? It comes from the brain. In my entire speaking career, it brings me greater pain than to share this with you ladies. But because I'm about to alienate all of my male counterparts. But frequency comes from an area of the brain called the gray matter. And it's official, and it just turns me to the floor to admit this. Women have more brain cells than men. Women have more brain cells than men. This is a fact. Oh, I know a lot of you guys are calling your spouse at the break. I told you so. In fact, when I found this clinical study, my fiance was in the shower, true story. I ran into the bathroom and I said, oh God, babe, you're not gonna believe what I just uncovered. She goes, duh. The most powerful frequency to leave the human body is?
It really is. Authenticity, when we are in our most authentic version of ourselves, we become magnetic. We start to attract all of our desires, and people, our frequency changes. People start to look at us more. They talk about having, you know, shine your light and having a bright light, being all about light and love. And it all comes back to being in our most authentic version of ourselves.
If you guys have never seen this chart before, it's super cool. It's the emotional.
So this is a chart that I personally use all the time to teach and to guide people through identify where we're at in the emotional spiral.
Spiral, or it could also be the level of consciousness chart. As you can see, guilt, worthlessness, and shame are one of the lowest vibrational frequencies that you can feel. And at the very top of the chart is enlightenment, peace, bliss, and pure consciousness. In order for somebody to raise their frequency, all they have to do is feel the next emotion up to wherever they are at. So let's say somebody's at the level of fear and anxiety. The next emotion up would actually be anger. If that person embodied and expressed anger, they would actually be raising their frequency. As you start embodying these higher frequencies, as within, so without, your physical life will match these inner frequencies that you are feeling. This is how you can instantly shift your vibration. Notice wherever you are at and go to the next level up. If you guys have never seen this chart before,
it is so true. I actually teach to look at, okay, where are you at? And I actually had one client say, I looked at the spiral in the way that you asked me to, and it's so right. They went from boredom to overwhelm, fear, pessimism, judgment, all the way down to depression, shame, guilt. And they were able to get themselves back up. All you have to do is learn how to feel your emotions, which is something that we are taught to suppress. And so when you feel your emotions and you're able to identify where you're at, it's okay. You don't have to actually stay in that state. You can just identify what's the next one up and get yourself out. You can't just go from depression to joy. You kind of have to go through all of the other emotions, because that's how you spiral back up. Subscribe.